welcome to Glowing Hour. Again, awkward intro because I never know what to say. But today we're having a mocktail because I have a headache.
And you're about to party later, so.
Yeah, and I want to party tonight. So, yeah, we're having an orange mojito mocktail.
Delicious.
Tastes like what it said it should.
I love mint in anything.
That's not true.
Name one thing.
You don't like the peppermint cookies, bitch. Name one thing.
Name one thing. Chocolate. Oh, you're right. I don't like mixing chocolate and mint, okay? It's not my vibe. I can
mint
tolerate
chocolate
it.
chip, like
I can tolerate it, but I don't love it. Anyway.
Anywho's. So today we decided to do sort of a reality roundup.
That's what we're calling it.
Maybe this is a segment that will continue. If you guys like it, maybe we'll just throw in our little 2 cents at the end of certain episodes if you guys hate it, because we still want the world to know what we think.
Listen, we're obsessed with reality TV.
It's good. It's a good binge. It's a good yelling at the TV.
It's just so good, and we constantly talk about it, so it's like, why not just put it on here?
We've had to save conversations for this, so
you're welcome.
you're welcome for like my suffering. What show do we want to talk about first? Vanderpump. Because
okay, let's go through Vanderpump.
Have we talked about it at all? Maybe a little.
I think like a little tidbit, but not much.
Okay.
So if you're like not under a rock, you know about like the Vanderpump Scandoval of it all. I recently started watching it from the very beginning, which I feel like I've been taking kind of my time with it. So I'm like on season 3 towards the end, and I'm like at a sweet spot where like I can
Everyone's
see
happy?
like no, I could see like the before and after of like what's now, and I feel like I'm just like in a good
spot
to like really. I'm sure there's like a lot of missing pieces in the middle of things, but like the root,
Miami Girl.
yes.
Okay.
So like I'm in the root issues of things like where it's relevant to now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah, long forgotten for me.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad the show has been like recapping.
you're like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah. So you watched the reunion though?
I did all 3 parts.
Okay. I feel like, just in summary, I feel like Ariana has every right to be as upset as she was. Super hard to watch though. Like, it was a little triggering maybe. Like, wow, to be that angry again.
Yes.
But also that was part of her healing process and totally fair.
Totally fair.
But I'm also like, I'm not in this situation. So for me, I'm like, oh my God.
That's a little far.
Yeah, right?
Like, right?
Yeah. And I feel like some people were like, yes, James was a slay. Like, James was so funny. And I was like, dude, James was kind of annoying me. He acts like a child.
He's literally a child.
Like, oh, poo-poo face. Like, what was he fucking saying? He was saying some stupid shit.
Like, a part of me was like, love
the support.
the support and the comedic like break.
Right.
But I'm also like, shut the fuck up and get in your seat. Like, the amount that Andy was like upset and being like, just fucking sit down, man. Like, just sit down. Stop. I felt it, and I'm like, just shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when people were like living for it, and also just like Lala, love her. I do.
See, like, I'm not in the parts where she's in it yet.
Okay.
So she's a new character to me, but like I also know the background of what's recently happened to her. So like I'm attached.
Yeah, I think she slept with James while he was with Raquel. So like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, girl, I know it's another layer because Raquel was best friends with Ariana, but it's also like,
y'all are a group.
Yeah,
in my opinion, y'all are
all in the same kind of bucket, similar buckets. Just because you did it at different points in your life or for different reasons, I don't think is fair. Like, I don't know. Me and my mom were talking about it because my mom and I watch it. My mom was so annoyed the whole time. She's like, I think she kind of hated this reunion. Yeah. But it's just like, you want people to have grace for you and your mistakes, but when it's someone else, you're kind of just like shutting them down and letting them talk. And I feel like It's not fair, but it's also like it did just happen. They all just found out. So it is hurtful, but it's also like yeah, I don't know, be mature about it.
There's a lot of like hypocrisy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of it all. I don't know if it was Andy or Lisa who said it, but kind of like no one in this group is fucking pure. No one's an angel except maybe like Katie. She didn't cheat on anybody.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And Lisa, of course.
Yeah.
But everyone else has done somebody wrong in that same group. And so that's just like the part. I mean, I get it. This motherfucker has made the mistake yet again. But none of y'all are saints. So it's just like hard to fucking watch everyone be a fucking hypocrite, especially when like the offenses are very fucking similar.
And it's also like I feel like James and Lala, it's just like Lala doesn't like Tom and she doesn't like Raquel. So why are you so fucking invested in tearing them down? I guess
because it's the perfect opportunity for her to tear them down.
Yeah.
I have a question since I didn't watch. But is there, like, some nuance to... So, like, I'm like, okay, I didn't just finish it, but I did. I just finished, like, season 2 when, like, Kristen and Tom are having a breakup. And he then, like, right away went to Ariana.
Yeah.
And there was, like, the rumors that they were fucking while they were together. And I get it. It's different because they were, like, cheating on each other, but whatever.
Yeah.
Is there, like, some nuance there where, like... there is like kind of a confirmation that he did cheat on Kristen with Ariana?
I don't think so.
Because some things that like were very fishy to me where like Ariana was talking about how Tom is coaching Raquel just to like, say right. And so that makes me think that like there was something in the beginning.
Like she would have admitted it though now. If she knew.
But I don't think that would be a good look for her at this current state.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
She would be like, oh, well, now we don't care anymore.
Like,
because
you lost him the way you got him.
I mean, she has commented on the whole, you lost him how you got him.
Yeah.
In Watch What Happens Live after. Like,
oh, she did?
After, I think the last episode, right before the reunion episode. I feel like it was a very short, just like political answer. Like, just very much like, yeah, you know, like, kind of did. So interesting, but like I feel like they could have,
and I don't know. That's its own topic, and I don't think that she like deserved to get cheated on. Of course not. I just think it's a very interesting pattern that he has, and that like when you're the person he's cheating with,
you feel special.
You feel special and okay about it. And so for me it's just like there's also like I get why she's so angry. I really do. I think there's also like a level of like I wish there was like a little sympathy for how Raquel felt, but also like that bitch is, I'm sorry, but I think she's an actual like sociopath. Like she's an empty vessel, as somebody said. Like no emotion. Like, and it all looks fake.
What did you think about the big reveal? Like the end of the reunion 3, like that the timeline was fucked.
I think it was just for her to save her own ass.
I think it was kind
of like maybe have like a push back into like the group when like the next season rounds up.
I think it was kind of sad that she said that she has no one but Tom, because I think even she has to, maybe she doesn't know this, but deep down I hope she knows that that's not true, because she has family and
totally. I think
I'm sure she has friends. Yeah, but it's also like you can leave the show. You can live your life. You don't have to be with Tom. Like it's not that crazy. But also I get it, when you're in it, it does feel that crazy. Like but he's a fucking adult man. What is he, almost fucking 50?
He's 42, right?
Close enough. So like, how are you gonna look at this 20-something-year-old girl suffer because of actions you agreed to and did with her? Of course, I'm not saying she has no responsibility in this, because she does. But like, how are you gonna look at her, see her suffer, and make her still feel so alone? And like, his emotions are still more important than hers. Yeah. That's what she's saying to us. Like, he doesn't want to do this. It's like, this is why we haven't said that. And it's like, why are you a we? Why are you a we?
I think for her, like being not that like I not that like I was ever in a similar position, but like I have dealt with a person like him.
Yeah.
And being on that side of the coin is like, she's already lost a lot and has been humiliated so much for him.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's like, you just have to continue to ride it out because you've lost everything for a reason.
At least it feels
for a reason. It feels
whatever.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do think if she came out of this and was like, honestly, I really fucked up and like, he is a fucking garbage human.
I mean, it's like they think they're in love. They think they're in love still. So it's like, it's going to take her time to get there. And maybe she is in her
so confused as to like
distance.
After like the big reveal part.
Yeah.
How she can like say all that and still feel like so in love.
Because we're
human
and
like manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like it's just like coming from like a zoomed out lens of like being healed in that sense from a situation like it. I think it's just I can tell myself even then like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And I'm sure maybe she will too, or maybe not, and they'll just end up happily ever after, and I don't fucking know. But
I don't know about that.
I really thought it was like great that everyone was like, I forgot. Oh my God, the part when they were asking him like, did you sleep with anyone
else? And then they were like, what about the girl that after your show or whatever?
Yeah. And then Ariana was like, no, you know who actually he did sleep with? Me. And then he said, yeah.
With the t-shirt
on. It was so hot.
Oh,
I said, you?
Me and my mom, what?
I said, he did not. I was like, why don't you just keep your motherfucking mouth shut, dude? Like, shut the fuck up. There's no reason you needed to say that.
Like, jaw on the floor. He really thought he was doing something there.
Like, do you want... Like, you're not
He wants to be hated.
You want to be hated.
Like, he really thought we were all gonna go, oh, she wore a shirt. You right. Like, that is kind of not fair. Like, what? No! You're getting to have sex with this beautiful woman that you supposedly are in love with. Hello, Tom Sandoval? Are you there?
That part was just, wow.
And I was like, you would be lucky to touch her with a t-shirt on. Don't even. Ugh! Disgusting. Anyways, those are the thoughts.
Those are the thoughts.
I hope everyone, because it's been 2 months now since the situation has unfolded. It's like March.
Yes. When
April,
was
May?
That was filmed in March as well.
Yes. I think so. I think it came out March 3rd that he had cheated, and then March 31st ish is when they filmed.
Wow.
Because she saw the restraining order. And it was like immediate. Anyway, I'm pretty sure.
Also, like, I didn't watch the season, so, like, I don't... What happened there with the slapping or the fist hitting?
It's not filmed.
It was just something that also came out with all the scandal?
Yeah, because they stopped filming in August or September. Oh, yeah. That was like they were doing a Watch What Happens live together in New York. And then Ariana called. And then Sheena found out and she, like, pushed her. But she has nails. So I'm like, honestly though, listen, violence isn't okay, but
I would have punched a bitch too.
But I'm speaking, if I was Raquel and I had done that exact thing, my first thought would not be to pull a restraining. I'd be like, honestly, I deserved it.
Honestly, they're right.
Like, you shouldn't have done that. And she was probably all up in her face, like, trying to be like, I'm sorry. And she was probably like, please go away. I don't know. I wasn't there. But it was a good season. You should still watch it. I feel like they built up the hype a little too much, though.
Yeah.
I was like, relax. Okay, we get it. They cheated. Nothing new is really coming out. That was pretty much the depth of the situation. It was just more like the nastiness of, like, the conversations they were having, knowing they were cheating. But it wasn't like, oh my God, the biggest scandal. It was just like, ugh.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
It feels like such a big moment, but then I think about like all of the other situations that everyone else has had in the group and how that was probably a big moment at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are probably going to move from it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm curious who's going to be on next season. Like, if anyone's going to leave. Because a lot of people have not all the OGs. A few of the OGs are gone, so.
Mm-hmm. Was Jax still on the season?
No. Him and Brittany left.
I don't even know who Brittany is. So I have some stuff to catch up on.
I won't say.
I feel like the OGs that I know of are like Jax, Stassi, Kristen, that weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's others, but...
I think that's it that's left so far. And then they're like partners that have come.
Also, like Sheena's ex-husband. I'm currently in that season, so I don't know what happens with her. So she's currently married again. And I was like, oh, interesting. Cool. Yeah, my final thought on that was just like, okay, 2 thoughts. Number one, I really loved like all of Ariana's like one-liners, like her backhanded like shit. Yeah. It was just so funny. But secondly, like the weird like shade being thrown like back and forth that like had nothing to do with like the situation itself.
Yeah.
And also like I do agree a little bit with like everyone was just pulling this card out for every situation when it was
but you cheated.
Applicable. Yeah, it's just like
okay,
but it just almost feels like, I mean, and maybe it is like his opinion literally doesn't matter in the situation, but it's just like it had nothing to do with what they were talking about. And it just was like, it was hard to watch for that. Like, dude, just like stop talking.
And looking back on it, when he made the t-shirt comment, Schwartz was like, we're done. This business, I don't know, man. Like, I think he was like, fuck, Tom. Like, why the fuck why do you say that?
Like, just stay calm.
Just be quiet.
And like, a part of me, like, it just looks at like Raquel. Rachel.
Her explaining her nickname was interesting. I was like, okay, I kind of hate you less for that now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was like, I get it. Okay. And then the Lala, I was like, oh,
I said, Lala, please stop, girl.
I was like, you're trying to dig in deeper, but the claws are out. You just gotta put them. Release the grip.
A part of me was like, wow, the fact that she was so like calm,
and took it
is so great. But at the same, like, I was like sitting there as like a viewer being like, I hate her current reaction. She literally looks like a person who doesn't give a fuck, who feels nothing. But then like if she did cry and like was very emotional, I want you to feel
bad for you,
then it's like like she had no way of winning. So like I almost think that like
I think she also was dissociating probably from the situation entirely to cope with it.
Oh my god, not Lala saying you need to get mentally evaluated.
And she's like, I am. Yeah, it was literally like, yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, girl, I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, literally. So it's kind of like, But I will say on Watch What Happens Live, Lala was on it with Tamra from Real Housewives of OC, and they were both just like, yeah, really worried about Raquel's mental health. Like, I hope she's okay. So it kind of... Lala now, maybe it's just the time that's been removed from the situation, and like obviously I don't think anyone's forgiven her, but it's more like, okay, I get it, she's human.
Yeah,
you know, like they've come back to that reality.
Yeah, I think that's also like, I mean, that's
also the reality. Like they're building the drama.
Yeah,
so her yelling at her was like
part of her job.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I think about. I'm like, you know that this is going to be recorded and like kept forever. What you say is going to be kept forever. And then I'm like, but that's part of it. So I guess whatever. Anyway.
What's next?
Ultimatum. Ultimatum
I
Queer
binged
Edition.
It in
A day.
A day.
10 episodes. 10 hours, girl.
Hours.
It was good though. I don't blame you.
I did. Oh, I had thoughts. I had notes. There was like 3 phrases I think that I wrote down that just literally had me cracking up. I just want to know why we had softcore porn in the group. Mildred and Tiff. I was like, what? Like at first I was like, okay, cool. Like they're showing like, oh, they're gonna have sexy time. Like cool. But then it was like, they got a little too close. Like the lingerie and then
the ass. I was like, girl.
I was like, you guys. What?
In talking about Ultimatum, I mean, okay, you have a few notes already. Are they like having to do with the reunion, or is it just like on the show? Just
during the show. I didn't do too much because I was like, I feel like my opinion's gonna change when at the end anyways. Okay. So I'm just gonna I just thought these were really funny. This was Tiff. She said, I feel like I lost half of myself, but if I had to decide today to marry her, I'd still say no. I was like, okay, bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh, who was it? Oh, this was Vanessa. Vanessa and Xander the night that they split up the first time. She said, don't be mad if I like someone. But she was so weird. Like, right before she told Mal, like, hopefully I see you again. Literally. And I was like... So I thought she was going to end up with Mal, but then, you know, Mal was like, went their own way.
So what were your thoughts? Let's go with, like, what were your thoughts on each person?
Okay.
Before the reunion. Let's...
Okay.
If you can remember. So there's...
Xander and Vanessa. So Xander... I was like, slay. Like, you're Xander's such a sweet, sweetheart, giving, I love.
Giving, like, good partner.
Yes.
Like, stability.
Stability.
Which is interesting.
Right. Because, yeah. Vanessa, I feel like she was unfairly the villain, but they had to pick someone. I do think she kind of... I do think she kind of... Like, obviously, you know, what she says at the reunion is totally accurate. And, like, okay, period. But I was just kind of confused. Maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention to the scene where Lexi was like, fuck you.
Got it.
But that scene seemed really, like, abrupt.
Oh, you thought it was, like, out of nowhere?
Not out of nowhere, but just kind of, like... I didn't actually hear the conversation because I was fucking binging it and doing stuff. But I just remember thinking, like, wait... Like, did she say Xander is, like, asexual? Like, was I missing something? Like,
so what happened there was...
Vanessa kind of said, I don't have to worry because Xander loves me. She took Xander for granted.
Xander for granted. But also, like, it kind of put forth the fact of, like, that she was kind of in the show for the wrong reasons. It wasn't, like...
So it felt clear to the viewer.
Yeah. Okay. That, like, basically that, like... They like her reasoning to going onto this is what from that scene, like to fuck and to fuck around, and everyone here is trying to figure out whether or not they want to get married. So it's just like, what are you doing? And
I do think that's what she ended up, you know.
And to further that point, like she had like doubled down on herself, where she was like talking about Xander, like you said, and basically said like Xander has basically like told me that she's basically sexual in some form. Like, I didn't understand how she said it. Confusing. But then she was like, and so I don't have to worry about her being attracted to anyone else because I'm beautiful.
Right.
And it's like...
It was a weird conversation.
It was just like... She just doubled down on what she had just said. And I think Lexi, being a very, like, patient person and, like, taking everything thoroughly what she was saying, it just, like, made the point even harder for her. And so she was like, fuck you, dude. Like, and also... For her, it was a lot more triggering because she knew that her ex-girlfriend was also going to be... It was between her and her ex-girlfriend. So she's, like, competing against her ex-girlfriend. But at the same time, like, that's now why she was realizing... so
intentionally upset about it.
Yeah, like, she's, like, now realizing this person is also fucking shitty and not here for the right reasons. And is going to go and probably do this stuff with her girlfriend.
I feel like it was Vanessa... I don't think she was, like, malicious, per se, with these intentions. She was just selfish and didn't really think about it. Like, what do you... Like, I think it made her be like, wait, what? Oh, I'm not here for the right... like, she wasn't thinking going into it, like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking fuck around.
Yeah, I don't think she's, like... Right? I don't think she was, like, maliciously intentional, but her actions were malicious.
Right.
And whether that's out of, like, stupidity... or like being an airhead. I don't know what it is, but
I guess like the only unfair thing was like, I thought it was weird that when they like when she went up to the table and asked how everyone was, like they all just walked away. I was like, that's kind of fucked.
Wait,
I forget. It was like they it was when they recoupled with their original partners again and they had their group drink together, and then Vanessa walked up to the table with like a few of the girls. She's like, how have you guys been? And they all just walked away. And then her and Sam were like, what? And she was like, what just happened? And Sam's like, I don't know. And that was it. Like, yeah. They're kind of like being mean girl. And I was like, you could have just been like, oh yeah, we're going to walk over here and get a drink. If you like didn't want to associate yourself, I guess.
Totally. I think at that point though, like, this whole scenario had happened and everyone heard about the fingering session, Fingergate. And also, like, she didn't set herself up very well in the beginning.
I know. Yeah.
So it's like, what do you think is gonna happen?
She's just trying to be nice, I guess. I don't know. I see this. I make excuses for people. I
think
look for the best in people.
I think the bigger player is like, in like more. They had like a more leadership role in the group where like Mal and Lexi, and like maybe Yoli. So like, all three of them
like decision making in
like
terms of what happened.
More of like just strong like personalities with like opinions, and so not to say that they influenced anybody, but like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It was like
people were like, oh, we don't like Vanessa.
Maybe.
Kind of vibe.
So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. I guess let's move to Yoli then, because...
So Yoli and Mal. Okay, first of all, in love with Mal.
In love with Mal. I followed her.
I love Mal. She's incredible. Yeah. I do think that, like, Pre-reunion.
Okay.
I was just like, wow, she's incredibly patient. And, like, I feel like that is, like, one of the best people, I think, to have in like a relationship, somebody who can like understand you in that way.
She just had me fucked up when she was like, yeah, I know you're in love with someone else. I was like, and you're still gonna propose? I would have been like, maybe not now, but we can get through, you know what I mean?
But that wasn't like the option for the show, you know what I mean?
Is it really though?
Yeah, it's like you break up, you get engaged, or you go away with a differerent person.
I mean,
so like
it reminds me of the regular Ultimatum with what's her face, Zay and that other girl, and they were fighting. You remember that? So toxic. But so toxic. That's the thing. Also, prefacing this, they just find like the casting people just find these people on Instagram. Like they look up probably a hashtag, and then they go through couples, and then they DM them like, "Hey, do you want to be on a show?"
Yeah. And
they're like, I guess I kind of want to get married right now. Like, yeah.
What was I gonna say?
You're saying.
Oh, we were talking about like how she was saying that like I think that was a very like real and raw conversation, and I feel like I was so happy to see that on TV and like not necessarily normalized but like humanized, because I do think that things like that exist and happen in relationships, especially like in long-term relationships.
Wait, what happens?
Like where maybe somebody like explores a different side of themselves or like explores a different person, and they like end up having a connection, and it's difficult for them to navigate it, but they still like love their original partner. And I don't always think that it calls for a breakup. I think that maybe it's just like there's pieces of the relationship missing that can be like mended, and it just took this person that they like had a relationship
obviously
with.
Not necessarily like in real life a 3-week situation, or like a maybe not even a breakup, but just like we met this person, we became friends, and then I realized I kind of liked them, but we did nothing.
Kind of like within Vanderpump, where like I think it was like, Lala who asked and was like, if they were like friends, and then Tom came and asked you like or told you that,
and she said I might get over it, but
like I think that is also so real. Like having those conversations are so motherfucking real. Of course, this is on like an extreme timeline, and so it was different. But I really appreciated like the patience, the like unconditional love that you saw there.
Producers were probably like, dang it, dang it, she's patient,
but. I don't know. It was just interesting to watch. And then Yoli.
Yeah. Yoli. I do like Yoli. I think she was lost.
I think it's a hard place to be in.
Yeah.
But also, like...
It just, like, she definitely crossed lines. And, she should not have been... I don't know. Like, even before her and Xander, like, split... Like, went separate ways for their original partners... They were very much like, don't let her change your mind. It's like, what? So like, huh?
Like, I think, you mean like Yoli telling Xander
telling Xander, like, don't let her change your mind. Don't
let her put her claws on you.
Right.
I think that like...
It was very much like, okay, so y'all are together?
I think that like served definitely like a selfish purpose when she was saying it, but I also... think she might have meant it in a way of like
Vanessa's manipulative.
Like get out
when she sat on her lap.
Get out of that situation.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did she say? She was like,
I'm gonna sit in your lap. That part?
Wait.
What part are you talking about? When they got back together the first night. Xander and Vanessa.
Oh. I'm talking about the part where they're like on a park bench and
Oh,
She's like, she says, I love you. And then like Xander's just crying.
And she's like, say it back. Say it back.
I'm like, you're a fucking crazy bitch.
I'm like,
dude.
Vanessa, breathe.
Take a breath.
Take a breath.
And I can't, nothing hurts more than being me too'd. Like, me too.
Oh. I was like,
instead
me too.
Instead of like, I love you too, it's like a me too.
Or even just
like I love me too.
Like,
or thanks. It's like the same thing as a thanks.
Like, you can't force it.
No.
It's just, it's okay. They don't love you anymore. Anyways, okay, so then Mal and, Lexi then. We could talk about Lexi and Ray.
Uh-huh.
Odd pairing, I think.
Really?
They seemed odd to me.
I think they were like a COVID relationship.
Maybe,
and so I think things moved just like quickly. I think they started dating when they were different people, and it worked for the moment, and I'm sure there was like a lot of love there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen... We'll talk about the reunion after.
Okay.
Just first impressions of them.
First impressions, yeah, that's kind of all I mean, Lexi, everyone wanted her. Big tits.
Big tit Lexi.
Yeah.
I think she's an OnlyFans creator.
Yeah.
You stalked her on TikTok?
Not on TikTok, on Instagram, and I was like, whoa. Wow.
She's doing those like videos of like just bouncing her tits and saying really random
there was something really funny, and I don't condone what this man said.
What?
But he commented on her Instagram page and said, oh my god, I thought you were like smart and sophisticated and blah blah, which like, one, I don't agree, because it's like you can be smart and all these things and still be sexy.
I'm
and,
like, do you not realize that she is smart and that's why she's using what she has?
Right. So he said that, but then he said, but you're an OnlyFans girl or something. But it was just funny, what he chose to comment on made me laugh, because she's licking a tree and making out with it. And I was like, I mean... I was like, well... She's using her brain to appeal to the market who enjoys things like this.
She's great at marketing.
But I just couldn't help. Watching it, I couldn't watch it. I was like, this is
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
I haven't stalked her Instagram yet. I'm wondering if it's a little bit worse or better. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been on TikTok.
But like on her TikTok, on the bio, it just says like, at Lexi, whatever her thing at is, on everything, and then like a winky face. Like saying like on everything. And then she has like a tip button. And I'm like, girl, you just...
So when she was on the show saying like, I have my shit figured out, she was an OnlyFans girl. Yeah. When she was saying that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think she's a very smart woman who's utilizing
her assets.
Her assets and the large market that there is for it, you know? Market. And she's setting herself up. She's fucking doing well for herself. Good for her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, I kind of already talked about my thoughts on Lexi with, like, the whole Vanessa situation.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's...
Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Very interesting, shy girly.
I felt bad for her.
I did feel bad for her.
Like, she's so insecure, maybe, isn't the right word, but, like, not confident with who she is.
Yeah. I definitely felt like...
Which, like, fair. We're in our 20s. I respect it. I understand.
I kind of felt like she... went on this show like not necessarily like wanting to be on it.
She admitted that.
And like this was too much for her.
I stalked her on Instagram and she said that.
Realizing their relationship through the season made me feel like she was pushed into a lot of things that maybe weren't for her. And like she didn't want to happen.
What do you mean?
Like Lexi took a lot of control over their relationship. That's pretty clear. And you can see it. And
like she kind of just did what she was
told. She was kind of bulldozed, which is like not to say that Lexi
needs to do anything different.
No, but I think like just energetically they're not a match in that way, because one was really struggling and the other one was also struggling because the other one wasn't able to, stand up for themselves or whatever, do what they needed.
All right. It's just
Sam and Aussie.
Aussie? Really?
Mate?
Really got a lot of issues, mate.
When she kept fucking calling Mildred or Sam mate when she was upset, I was just like, girl. It's like giving diminishing. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like...
I understand patience in a relationship and like meeting someone halfway with the space that they need. But it was just like... I think
it was full shut down.
Yeah, it came to a level where it was like, you're not trying to meet me halfway.
At all.
You're just shutting down, and I'm expected to, like...
Shut up.
To shut up. And it's like...
And to comfort you, because you're not feeling it.
It's like, no. You need to self-soothe. You need to fucking do your thing, and then come back within, like, moments. You can't leave, also. Run away.
I definitely felt like Mildred did a lot. In their, like, trial marriage, but I also can see how fucking frustrating it is.
They were
on that end.
Challenging pair,
to say the fucking very least.
I think Tiff and Sam, like, when they were trial wives, they killed it.
They killed it.
Like, they learned so much.
They went through the ringer together, and then really, like, blossomed.
They said, oh, this is what I need to be doing differently.
They both taught each other a lot.
Yeah, and then, like, when Sam came back to Ozzy, and it was like, oh.
She was standing up for herself. I said, girl.
Oh, so I'm not just coddling you. Interesting.
I think it was very eye-opening.
Yeah.
For her. So anyway.
Last would be Tiff and Mildred, and... Mildred,
babe.
Mildred, when she pulled the Latina card...
I was about to say, girl, I said... That really pissed me off, because there's nothing more that I hate than this trope of, like, the crazy Latina. I get it. We are a little much sometimes, but to, like,
culturally, I get it. We all have our things,
but, like, it's not something to, like, use as a scapegoat. Like, deal with your fucking shit. You can still be a decent human, and like,
I get to bulldoze conversations because I'm Latina. So
it
doesn't matter anymore. It's like, what? And also, isn't Tiff too? Like, what?
I don't even know.
Girl. What?
Beyond, like, this show, like, I hate when, like, that trope is used in any other form, because it just, like, perpetuates this shit about us. And, like, seeing her say that, like, from a Latina herself, like, you're just like, dude, like, shut up.
So I stalked her on Instagram, and she made, like, a video where she was like, I'm gonna talk more about it on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a whole video dedicated to it. And, like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, you're literally just trying to get views out of it now. Annoying. I'm not gonna go watch it. But
she posted on TikTok, and, like, it was, like, a 2-part thing. I didn't watch it, but, like, it said, like, Mildred speaks. You know, the comments were like, does Mildred ever listen? Like, Mildred needs to hear, not talk. Like, shit like that. And I was like,
yeah, Tiff is doing something Sunday. Tomorrow.
I kind of want to watch hers.
Yeah, she's doing, like,
we'll get into the reunion, but it was really hard for me to understand what was real between them two.
I just thought they were toxic and horrible
in
together.
general.
Just absolutely horrible. When the friend was like, they break up every week, I was like, this is done. Why are we here?
I definitely think, like, Tiff was trying, but I can see how she can easily be, like, reverted back to her toxic tendencies because she's triggered.
Yes.
So, anyway.
Yeah. I need elaboration on queer people don't show their clavicles. Yoli said that. And I was like...
And I'm like, I'm not showing my clavicles.
I am not showing my clavicle, but, like, what is the fuck... What?
I don't know really what that is.
You don't know. Okay. I'm like,
and
maybe it's
don't think
not
that's fully true.
A generalized truth.
No.
But why? Do you have, like, any insight on why she would say that? No.
I don't. I didn't get it.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just a bad gay. I don't know.
No, I think maybe maybe we missed...
She's trying to make a thing of something that...
We missed some context or something in their conversation, and they just threw it out.
There was no context there.
I'm like, huh?
Literally, why don't queers show clavicles?
That is nothing. Yoli, if you're listening...
Please explain.
Can you clarify? I'm a little lost. And then the other thing, another softcore porn moment was Xander and Vanessa in bed. It just felt so invasive to be part of those scenes. Like, I think our generation we're sex positive, but we're also, like, kind of over sex scenes. And, like, I don't need to see, like, the things happening.
Like, we're not here for the Jersey Shore of it all anymore, you know?
We're like, oh, like, just the Xander
and Yoli too, though. Like, them fucking was, like, you hear moaning and shit, and you're like,
yeah,
why are you showing me this?
The Xander and Vanessa one sent me, though, because I saw lots of movement, and I was like, and it was, like, right before, like, she's like, it was
like,
too
she put
much.
her thing on top.
It was too much.
Like, I saw her whole ass and back. Like, I did not need to see Same thing with like the Mildred thing. I'm like, I did not need to see you in a fucking lingerie set, girly.
And then like Tiff's hand, like really
grabbing at it.
There's things we don't need to see as outsiders looking in, but I get it. Like sex sells, people are interested in like, no, like there's also some like awareness aspect to it all of like,
totally,
you know.
I do agree with that part,
but I'm also like,
but also just go watch the L Word.
You said not the reality TV though, like these are real people. That part
go
too,
get the fantasy of it all.
Like the whole I love yous, and I'm like, ew, these are real people.
Ew, they're actually gonna maybe get married, which none of them do, but
I know. That's my thing, is how like they find them on Instagram. I'm like, okay, like you gotta have some better methods now. Like you need to get people to apply now that people know about the show. I think it is interesting though that they filmed before the first Ultimatum came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so y'all really didn't know what was going on. And good for you, Netflix. Getting the queer love in there without even putting out your first one. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't like, put it out and then, oh, an afterthought. You know what I mean? It was like, we're doing both.
I also thought, like, how hard would it have been to be on that and then not talk about it for 2 years?
Literally, like,
so
the engagement,
weird.
Well, Sam and Ozzy, we don't know.
I don't know. I hope they have gotten married at this point.
Yeah.
Their situation is also, I think they should put the marriage thing definitely on pause until
Ozzy
comes out. She's like not technically
she's
out.
Not out to her family, right? Oh, I think that was like part of their goal. I mean, they talked about getting married twice, so it's also a thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, I think...
Reunion thoughts,
Vanessa. Good for you for reflecting. You had 2 years.
I definitely... yeah, 2 years. I definitely loved how she presented of just like, I'm going to pull back. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say my piece, say I apologize for how I came off. Yeah. She was very grown up about it.
Very much. And like the scene where the Fingergate, like when they're addressing it the next day, like obviously they're like, it was consensual, everything's fine. Like it was just more of like she regret having done it, or it have happened to it, whatever. So like, but Vanessa just being like, ha ha, like I'm hot, Lexi, fuck you type beat. I was like, girl, clearly Ray is really upset about it.
Like really like crying.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh, that was not good. Not good at all. So yeah, it's nice to see that she's like grown and kind of is like, I'm doing me now.
Can I just make a little tidbit about the amount of work everyone got done?
Really?
Well, Ooh. Vanessa for sure. She got her lips and her nose done.
Wow.
You didn't notice that?
I mean, I kind of thought she looked a little prettier.
I will say I don't know if I like her as a brunette. It's giving
I kind of liked her as blonde.
Or maybe a little lighter in hair.
Yeah.
I think Yoli also got stuff done. Mildred.
I
really got it done.
Mildred.
There's just like a lot of adjustments that I saw made.
Okay.
I was like interested. I was like, y'all got that Ultimatum money, I guess.
I did.
Yeah, anyway. Moving on. I was gonna say, like, which one should we talk about first? Like, let's just talk about the Mildred situation, because I feel like that was like dramatic. And, yeah. So, like...
It just felt like Tiff didn't... Like, I wish Tiff would have stayed to express
more.
Right.
I can understand, though, like, being gaslit and, like...
Wanting to just leave.
Wanting to just, like, get the fuck out of there. Because, like, she hadn't seen her in a while, and to be, like, just extremely...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think it was a lot. And I think that's why she's also doing it tomorrow. Like, doing her whole...
thing tomorrow.
Video or live or whatever it is.
It was hard to tell what was real, though. Like,
yeah, I have no idea who was right or wrong. I feel like there's probably somewhere in the middle.
Of course. I do...
They're toxic.
Yeah.
It's clear.
I do think that maybe Tiff's questions were from pure intentions, and I think that maybe they're received wrong and or she said them in a wrong way. Like the whole rent thing with like, you know, being split.
I think it is.
I think it's, at surface, I was like, that's fucked up to ask. On the other hand, I do think that, like, for someone who has only lived alone and then going into a relationship and living with somebody else, it's like, okay, pretty fair, right down the middle. But then they have a child who's almost a full-grown adult at this point.
But it's like, also, Tiff knew she was going to be part of a situation where Mildred had a child that was going to probably live with them forever.
Agreed.
So, like, yeah, it is a messy situation.
I also forgot, like, that, like, Mildred's son is definitely, like, needs an
has
extra.
special needs is what they said.
So I think there's that situation as well.
It's like if you're getting married, that's also now your child.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
separation.
Thing.
That's difficult for sure. I do think, like, maybe her intentions were, like,
or maybe she just makes less, and it was more like
it was just like a conversation.
I can't afford to get a house that has 3 rooms, so since the reason we are is because of your son, like I don't know,
could you like maybe this is just something we work out in this way for now, and like, but I don't think like Mildred had the open availability to hear any of that.
But then also Mildred just being like, get a job. I was like, wow, we're really just digging. So yeah, no idea what was real in that situation, to be honest.
That was hard to watch. Yeah, it was really hard to watch.
Lexi,
the way that conversation came from just a very innocent of like, how's your dog? And then she was like, when was he in the hospital? Just want to get my timeline right.
She had a ring, so I thought they were still together, and then it was
yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
So, that was
awkward.
Rough. Lexi and Ray, no.
They broke up. Oh, what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've been on TikTok or seen TikToks about it.
No.
But somebody said that they left like the live captioning on because sometimes like
they have like
those people like will say like a little extra. So apparently at the end, you know how there was like a black screen with like text.
Yeah.
The live like audio captioning had said like soon after the reunion, Lexi suspected that Ray was cheating. Or no, sorry, that Ray was suspected that Lexi was cheating, so they broke up.
Oh my god.
Which I was just like, okay, T.
You said, well, maybe.
Because she did end up with this new girl. I don't know if you've seen her.
Lexi?
Yeah, on TikTok.
No.
She's a creator, like, on TikTok that's pretty, like...
Popular?
If you go to her TikTok, you'll see her. Like, to Lexi's TikTok, you'll see the girl. But apparently they got together, like, 4 weeks after breaking up.
Oh my god.
So, like...
Why do people do that?
There could be, like, a...
overlap or something.
So, I don't know. But...
Jesus.
Yeah, they were whatever at the reunion. I feel like they were maybe
they
in
were
a good
like place, facade,
but yeah,
it was giving facade.
It was giving facade. What was I gonna say? The whole I just want to forget you about Vanessa was super intense, and Vanessa took it well. She just kind of was like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I don't have to see you again.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
The drama of it all, though, what everyone's calling the real villain, Yoli.
Really, people think. I mean, I think it's a tough spot for Yoli.
I think it's just like
but also
it's like being put...
You said you were going to pursue Mal, so do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think she was in a place to actually do that.
I think she was put in like a pressure cooker.
Because of the show. Yeah.
And it's just like a very hard human experience to be put into that.
I mean, situation. I thought it was sweet that Mal was like, you're like the cousin I really hate right now.
Mal is just so fucking amazing.
She's like, well, we're fine, but I don't like you right now.
Yeah.
So
I think like I definitely like Yoli had a lot more like going on in like terms of being wrong or whatever. But I do see how like Mal went from saying that she can like deal with it to then like freaking out and reverting back to like, you're actually in love with someone else.
Yeah.
That's probably really difficult to like be on Yoli's end of like, I thought we were going to try to work things out.
That's
and
true.
Like immediately feeling like rejected in that way probably is like pushes her only further to Xander. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think it like it wasn't realistic of a situation to fucking work through.
No. I also just feel like there's a lot of like little lies that she should have just been really honest about.
If, and like, then like Vanessa like starting shit, but then low key like it did come out that Yoli didn't tell her that they were doing that, so it was like like in that situation I don't think Vanessa was trying to be trifling. No, I genuinely think she was like, I just putting it out there in case this hurt my...
I didn't hurt her feelings, and that's why she brought it up. And it was like, oh, you didn't know that? Sorry. Like,
yeah,
it was just a piece of information that affected me.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think they all ended up where they were supposed to be. But, they gave visibility for sure to queer relationships.
Absolutely.
And I think that was kind of the most important part.
From the minute,
drama aside.
I love the representation.
Yeah.
I did think, like, immediately when I saw it come out, like, that it was gonna be a thing, I was like, gonna be messy. Like, as queers, messy.
It wasn't that messy, though. I thought it would be
a normal
more
amount of messy, for sure.
Like, Ultimatum season 1, the fucking couple that got engaged, like, before they even separated.
I was like,
we were like, oh, the experience is working.
Okay.
It's working. Also, love the host. Love her. Reba.
Really?
Miss Reba girl. I just love her in general.
Logan did not like her.
Oh,
she was like, why is she here? Like, she's not even
she's not queer.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting choice for this season. But then again, like, this was done before the first one even existed.
Came out,
so
yeah.
I get it. There's probably some mistakes. I would love to see, like, another queer season because I think it's just more interesting, in my opinion.
They probably have filmed. Maybe not a queer one, but another Ultimatum of some sort.
I'm sure. I would love to see, like, one where it's, like, all mixed.
Imagine like
a bisexual
they cast
one.
you. They cast you and Logan.
Bitch, we leaving. I'm gonna be like the...
Oh, you said, we're not doing this shit. We're proposing right now. Get on your knee, Logan.
No, during the entire show of watching it, Logan's like, we're not going on the show, right? And I'm like, girl, first of all, you think I'm signing us up? The fuck?
Yeah, it would not be a pleasant experience, I don't believe. It's a lot. It's like putting yourself through trauma just
for the fucks.
Even though you already know you want to get married, so. Well, I think that was it.
That's it. I mean, there's like the Kardashians, but I think we're not in a full 3 like drama-geddon yet.
Yeah, I don't think anything's kicked off quite yet. I think Kourtney and Kim are gonna have some shit coming.
Yes,
soon.
I do feel bad for Khloe.
I mean, yes, but why specifically?
The cancer.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
It's very traumatizing, and like she just hasn't had a break with like
her life.
And there's like, I know everyone's like talking about how skinny she is. Like she's probably really stressed out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll chat about that when season 3 ends.
If y'all like us talking about reality TV or just want to get, the chisme, the roundup of it all,
yes,
let us know. Like, we love talking about it, and so we'll keep doing it.
Love Island's out now, so.
Oh, it started?
I think so, but I don't think we have. I don't know. The whole Hulu thing. Like the 3 days later. I don't know. We'll have to look into it.
We'll probably... Maybe if we talk about that, like, weekly or something. I don't know.
Maybe, because there's a lot.
Yeah. That shit moves quickly. Anyway.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. And please give us a rating on Apple or Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Do all the things. Interact with us. We appreciate everything. Getting some positive feedback has been really nice. So... yeah, but we'll see you guys next week.